Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 isn't just a good game. It's easily one of the greatest games I've ever experienced. Honestly, it's right up there with legendary classics like Metal Gear Solid, Fallout 3, Halo Combat Evolved, and Chrono Trigger. The depth of gameplay is just insane. There are countless branching quest lines, side adventures, and hidden gems that literally let you lose yourself in the vast open world of medieval Bohemia. Seriously, you can completely forget you even have a main quest waiting for you because there's just so much rich content to dive into. One of the remarkable things about KCD2 is how organically it immerses you into its world. The sheer number of things to do means you're constantly discovering new stories, intriguing characters, and exciting opportunities. Whether it's stumbling onto an unexpected event on the road or unearthing hidden mysteries deep in a forest, the game continually rewards exploration and curiosity. I have to be honest though, the game didn't hook me immediately. When I first started playing, I genuinely hated it. It was painfully boring and the initial tutorial felt endless. No exaggeration, my first stream of KCD2 lasted over 4 hours. And when I finally gained real control of Henry, my character, I was too frustrated to continue. The game literally had me carrying sacks of flour from a storage room to a wagon and bombarding me with what felt like endless cutscenes and exposition. It was grueling enough that after ending that first stream, I didn't touch the game for 3 full days. I was genuinely on the verge of quitting completely, despite being hyped for KCD2 after seeing it at PAX West 2024. However, this lengthy setup, frustrating as it was initially, did ultimately serve a purpose. It laid an essential foundation for understanding the game's mechanics and world. Looking back, this slow burn approach to storytelling allowed me to build genuine connections with the characters and better understand the stakes of the narrative. It also set a baseline of realism and groundedness that made later victories feel truly rewarding. After taking that initial 3-day break, I decided to give it one more shot, mostly because I didn't want to throw away the $60 I just dropped on it. I had initially planned a Robin Hood style playthrough, focusing heavily on using a longbow, without really understanding how the Kingdom Come series handled progression. But once I figured out the progression mechanics, how your skills improved through consistent use, everything clicked. I spent around 10 hours purely grinding marksmanship competitions, leveling my archery and agility skills nearly to the max level of 30. And that's when the whole game transformed for me. The detailed progression system encouraged me to actively engage in activities that aligned with my desired playstyle. The satisfaction from seeing incremental improvements in Henry's abilities created a genuine sense of accomplishment. It became clear that every effort I invested had tangible and impactful results, dramatically enhancing my enjoyment of the gameplay. Once I wasn't constantly running away from bandits, the fun really began. I spent countless hours just wandering the lush countryside, stumbling onto points of interest and incredible side quests. There seemed to be a new, rich storyline every time I explored a previously visited location. One quest had me recovering stolen heirlooms for 2 desperate brothers, and others threw me into deeply intricate murder mysteries. One memorable side quest involved tracking down a Jack the Ripper style serial killer preying on local prostitutes. This quest alone had me interviewing witnesses, gathering clues, and uncovering a massive conspiracy, culminating in a morally heavy choice: trust the justice system or handle the culprit myself. The level of detail in each of these side quests was astounding, rivaling or even surpassing main quests in most other RPGs. Choices genuinely mattered, outcomes varied significantly based on your decisions, and the consequences felt meaningful and lasting. This complexity provided not only countless hours of entertainment, but also significant replay value, as exploring different choices could lead to entirely new narrative paths. And that's just scratching the surface. KCD2 has nearly 100 side quests, all meticulously crafted with well-developed stories and fleshed out characters that genuinely drew me in. The entire game feels like a love letter to classic RPGs, taking the best features from gaming history and distilling them into one amazing medieval adventure. Moreover, these side quests beautifully complemented the main narrative, adding depth and context to the broader world. They often explored themes and dilemmas not fully tackled by the central story, enriching your overall understanding of the setting and its inhabitants. The interconnectedness of main and side quests created a coherent and immersive gaming experience that few titles ever managed to achieve. The storytelling in KCD2 is genuinely next level. The main characters, Sir Hans and Henry, had me genuinely invested in their fates. The acting performances, enhanced by jaw-dropping motion capture, are so incredible that calling the actors just voice voice actors feels insulting. This quality extends to every single NPC, making even minor interactions feel incredibly lifelike and immersive. The motion capture quality genuinely rivals Hollywood-level production, matching or even surpassing what we've seen in games like Red Dead Redemption 2. This is storytelling and cinematic gaming at its absolute finest. Additionally, the storytelling is complemented by superb writing that seamlessly blends humor, drama, and historical authenticity. Characters behave in believable ways, their dialogues nuanced and reflective of their social statuses and personal motivations. This attention to detail further elevated my immersion, making each interaction memorable and impactful. On top of this stellar storytelling is the game's open world setting, an intricately detailed recreation of 15th century Bohemia. While there are some creative liberties taken, the historical accuracy and immersive detail make exploration endlessly rewarding. You can tell that Warhorse Studios, despite not being a AAA powerhouse, poured passion and meticulous attention into crafting every corner of the world. Every town, forest, and landmark felt thoughtfully constructed, rich in lore and visual storytelling. The game's ability to evoke a genuine sense of historical place enhanced my exploration, making even routine travels engaging and enjoyable. It's also clear that Warhorse Studios prioritized authenticity and atmosphere, greatly enriching the overall gaming experience. Another surprising engaging aspect is the alchemy system. Initially, I expected to tire quickly of using actual mortar and pestle mechanics, following detailed recipes and adjusting for ingredient freshness, but I never did. Experimenting with potion recipes and brewing poisons became genuinely addictive. Nothing beats the satisfaction of sneaking into an enemy camp, poisoning their ale supply, and hearing later about how I'd incapacitated them without direct confrontation. The alchemy system also encouraged creative experimentation, rewarding careful attention and adjustments beyond what recipes explicitly stated. This added an additional layer of strategic depth to the gameplay, reinforcing the realism and immersion KCD2 continually strives for. Brewing potions and poisons never felt tedious. Instead, it felt empowering and intellectually satisfying. The realistic approach to alchemy meant you could improve potency or duration by subtly altering ingredient quantities or preparation methods. This rewarded attentive players, turning potion making into an engaging minigame that reinforced immersion and added depth to your strategy. The combat system, while flawed, offered an experience I still found engaging. While I leaned heavily into a Robin Hood style playthrough, relying on the longbow over a sword, the moments I did engage in melee combat had a gritty weight to them. The one-on-one duels carried a sense of danger, and the animation transitions made the fighting feel raw, even if the combos and AI weren't always polished. There were occasional bugs like enemies freezing mid-fight or allies calling the guards on me right after I'd saved them, but those moments were rare and never enough to dull the shine of everything else the game delivered. What I loved most was the sheer unpredictability of encounters. One moment I was fending off bandits with arrows from a tree line, the next I was stumbling into a dice tournament in a roadside inn. I lived through ambushes, bar brawls, and spontaneous town events that made the world feel truly alive. Even when the game glitched a bit, it still felt more alive than most perfectly polished worlds. In one of the many unpredictable moments, there's a really cool Easter egg paying homage to the iconic handshake scene between Dutch and Dylan from the 1987 film Predator. During a specific side quest, two NPCs engaged in an exaggerated muscle-flexing handshake that mirrors the famous cinematic moment. This homage is a subtle yet humorous inclusion by Warhorse Studios, showcasing their attention to detail and appreciation for classic pop culture references. It's also a moment that adds a touch of levity to the game's immersive medieval setting, resonating with players who recognize the tribute. And let's talk about the role-playing freedom. I wasn't just Henry, I was my version of Henry. Whether that meant giving away my coin to the poor, seducing bathhouse girls for free healing and perks, or pickpocketing the dice champion I couldn't beat legit, I played my way. The game never punished creativity, it encouraged it. It gave me tools, systems, and opportunities and let me decide what to do with them. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 also offers a diverse array of romance options, allowing players to explore relationships that align with their character's journey and personal choices. Long-term romances include characters like Clara, Rosa Ruthhard, Catherine, Hans Capone, and Margaret, each with their own unique storylines and quests that deepen the player's connection to them. For instance, romancing Clara involves gathering herbs together and solving riddles, leading to intimate moments that feel earned and meaningful. In addition to these deeper relationships, the game also features shorter, more casual encounters with characters such as Dubravka, Widow Johanka, Black Bartush, Lousy Mary, and various bathhouse maids. These flings often arise from specific quests or interactions, providing a more spontaneous romantic experience. Even the perks and passive bonuses told the story. I had buffs for being clean-shaven or reeking of wine, for riding horses well or fighting while drunk. These weren't just stats, they were personality traits baked into the gameplay. By the end of my run, I was a scholar, thief, alchemist, marksman, knight, and poet. And the game let me be all of that without ever breaking immersion. And let's not forget the small stuff, the kind of details most games overlook. The way NPCs remembered what you wore, reacted differently based on your smell, and the layered social dynamics in each town. Or the simple joy of hearing your deeds spread by drunk travelers singing about them in taverns you'd never even visited yet. It made the world feel not just believable, but reactive. KCD2 isn't perfect, but its imperfections are outshined by its ambition, its soul, and its staggering depth. Warhorse Studios didn't just build a game, they built a world. And once you're in it, you don't want to leave. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 isn't just a game you play, it's a world you live in. From a brutal and slow burn tutorial that weeds out the impatient to one of the most rewarding progression systems ever crafted. This is a game that dares you to invest and then pays you back tenfold. Whether you're solving intricate murder mysteries, perfecting alchemy with trial and error brilliance, or watching your reputation shape how strangers treat you in distant towns, KCD2 delivers an experience few RPGs can match. It's immersive, reactive, emotional, and overflowing with stories that stay with you. Alright winners, if you've come this far, thank you for watching. I hope this deep dive helped you appreciate what makes Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 something truly special. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, follow, and subscribe. It seriously helps the channel out and lets me keep making content like this. On this channel, we cover gaming news, live streams, IRL streams at gaming conventions, and occasionally dive into gear and product coverage for gamers and streamers. And coming up, we're going hard on Dune Awakening. 72 hours of back-to-back-to-back 24-hour streams starting June 5th to celebrate launch day. And that's just the beginning of what we've got planned for Dune Awakening. So buckle up, hit that sub button, smash that follow button, and I'll see you out there. And as always, remember, it's only GG when you win.